A lot of Indians fans were doubting Francona heading into game one because he wasn't starting Corey Kluber. He was throwing Trevor Bauer out there. Jason Kipnis, no, you're not playing your normal position at second base. We're going to put you in the outfield to get your left-handed stick in the outfield so Jose Ramirez can play second base and Giovanni Urshela can stay at third. Both of these debatable decisions pay off big time for Tito. Bauer goes 6 2/3 scoreless, strikes out 8. Kipnis had an amazing catch in center field, taking away a knock from Chase Headley. Both of you were amongst that group that doubted these moves, or at least questioned them. Why do this? Why not try and win game one and put a stamp on this series with your best pitcher? What did we learn about doubting Tito Francona? Anything? Are you guys going to do that going forward? Did he get lucky here, or did he prove to you he made the right moves?
Well, obviously, he trusted a guy, Trevor Bauer, who looked literally unhittable in this game. I mean, throws a lot of curveballs. Almost 30% of his pitches this year, Dylan, have been curveballs. But the Yankees could really muster no offense. That was my concern, was the Yankees, after looking so sharp against Minnesota, that offense would carry over to Cleveland, and they would rough up a guy like Bauer, who last year, oh, my hand, I'm bleeding everywhere. Just blood still coming out. But I was wrong, and Francona ends up being right.
Sorry, Tito. I doubted you big time. I'm an idiot. I'm never going to do it again. I mean it. I mean, I'm serious. I was yakking it up.
Yes, you were.
I was like, they're putting Kipnis in center with that. We remember last year, there were some outfield defensive question marks at times.
Oh, big time.
Nate Quinn and some weird plays out there. And I'm saying, you're going to stick a guy who's got very little experience just to try to platoon and get the right lefty in there because you don't want to go Ramirez at third base and play Kipnis at second base. And you're going, Bauer, this is putting so much pressure. You have a Cy Young Award winner. If I was voting Corey Kluber's my Cy Young in 2017, you have a Cy Young Award winner that you're going to hold out. Now, all of a sudden, the Yankees win tonight. They already got the split in Cleveland that they want. Now, Kluber has to win tomorrow. All that if, and then this, and then if that happens, it was all just shoved right down my throat, and I should just learn in Tito we need to trust no matter what because he looked brilliant. They obviously had a game plan because Bauer's breaking ball is so sharp, and because the curveball has looked sharper than it's looked throughout his whole career over the last 2 months. There was a very, very clear game plan to attack the middle of that Yankee order with a lot of breaking stuff. A steady diet of curveballs on the outer half to Judge, to Sanchez, and they look bad. Judge struck out. He was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. There were some questionable calls there, but Bauer was getting that call on the outside of the plate. He kept extending the plate, and I think that stuff Tito looked at and said, that breaking ball's so good. If we can just hit them with the outside breaking ball to those righties, they're not going to have a chance. And it worked.
I just wonder
now they're set up perfectly with Kluber going tomorrow.
No, now Tito Francona looks like a genius. But I just wonder how many managers have that kind of clout, have that kind of juice. Because he's won championships, as you kind of scale
equity
to make a decision like that. Because he can go, I know what I'm talking about.
Because if the Yankees go win 8-0 today and Kipnis drops a few balls, we have every right to go, Tito, what are you thinking? You've got a team that won 22 straight games where none of those games Kipnis
But
played
he's got enough
field.
juice to do that. Like, I don't know, Joe Girardi couldn't do that. The New York media would crucify him if he was in the same position not starting Corey Kluber in game one. Like, there's only a few managers. Maybe a Joe Madden has enough juice to do something kind of crazy like that, not start the Cy Young
Tito's
winner.
the best in the game. To me, it's not even close. I love this game. I love studying it. I love it because I'm so often humbled by it. Because as much as I obsess over it, I don't really know it as well as I should for how much I watch it. And someone like Tito constantly brings out to me and a lot of fans out there that the fan graphs, numbers, and the switching of this, sometimes you just got to go with, ooh, Bauer's breaking ball? That's going to mess those guys up. And Kluber's going to come back and get us a 2-0 lead, get done with the Yankees, and move on to the CS. And that's why Tito's the best in the game. I am convinced. I don't think Joe Madden, Mike Socha, or anyone else they want to put on his level or near Tito Francona.
You put him up there, number one in the game? Best manager? Terry Francona?
I would think so. It's either him or Dusty Baker. I can't even say that with a straight face. I just want to say Dusty Baker so bad.
Dusty Baker is the manager that has the most stuff in his team.
Trevor Bauer would have thrown 140.
He is the manager that definitely has some spinach.
I'm going to keep a straight face.